Whoa. Old stuff is so radical. I mean, don't you just miss the 90s? The times where you'd come home from school on a skateboard shouting, "Cowabunga, dude!" The times where a kid could really just kick off his shin guards, jump on the sofa, and watch some Disney afternoon. The times where anime was becoming more and more well-known and was blowing the world's mind with its groundbreaking animation style and countless hours of non-stop screaming. Oh my god! The 90s were the best time to be a kid! Although, you totally wouldn't know this, of course, but I didn't actually grow up in the 90s. I know.
I am shocked and appalled.
I know, Bart. But see, here's the thing. With all the nostalgic-based merchandise coming out, toys, TV shows, games, movies, clothes, all becoming hot-ticket items, I basically would have a pretty good idea of what life was like for a kid who grew up in the 90s. Most of the stuff in this room that I'm claiming is from a bygone era actually isn't. The Nintendo? Yeah, I bought this at Walmart last month. It's like 4 times tinier than the original and has 30 games preloaded onto it. It's a remake. In fact, I have to use an adapter to even get it to work on this old TV. Holy crap, nothing's real anymore. Side note, I just found my old Legos. We have so much to learn about and be exposed to on the internet that it often seems like we're starving for something that can only be found in the past. Something physical, something real, something that was built, something that my generation has rarely experienced. So of course, if we weren't there to experience it, then how could we really know about it? Have you heard the expression, "you write what you know"? Well, typically it's referring to the idea that if you haven't lived it, then how could you possibly write about it? As a creator, I find this incredibly limiting. You write what you know? But what if you haven't experienced exactly what you want to write about? I mean, say for example that you want to write a story about a young Viking warrior that's protecting her ship from an attack, but you're not a young Viking warrior and you've never been on a ship before. Should you still write that story? I mean, I'd read it. There are many angles at looking at you write what you know. One could ask, well, what does it truly mean to know something? Is having the facts and having an extensive knowledge on the thing you want to write about enough? Or do you actually have to write about something you've experienced, and only then can it be good? How I look at it is like this. In film acting, there's something called the method, and this method branched off to different acting teachers like Sanford Meisner and Stella Adler. Although it was originally penned by Konstantin Stanislavski, in school we really dealt with Meisner's approach to this, so that's the one I'll go with. Meisner's definition of what acting is went like this. Acting is living truthfully within the given circumstances. It means that in order to make something believable and alive, you must first believe it yourself. How you do this, you build around your given circumstances through experience and empathy. Say your given circumstances include that you are a single parent that has to work 2 jobs and take care of your young child. There, that's all you need to get started. Now, what if you're not a single parent? What if you haven't ever raised a kid? Now, how would you go about endowing that if you haven't lived these circumstances? I say, start small. Start asking yourself questions related to the topic, like, when have I ever had to be responsible for something? How did I feel? What was that like? My teacher Deborah always used to say, go deeper. And then you would build on that question until you had a direct link to the circumstances given, and an actual experience that you can work with, believe in, and ultimately live through. Boom, Meisner. Ha! Beautiful work, Nick. When you're looking at you write what you know, I think in the case of fiction, people should be allowed to write what they want, despite the experiences they may or may not have had. But in order for it to be taken seriously, There has to be research, endowment, and sensitivity on every page. Grant Morrison, a writer who has reached comic book legend status, writes on this topic in his amazing book, Super Gods. He writes, "Adults struggle desperately with fiction, demanding constantly that it conform to the rules of everyday life. Adults foolishly demand to know how Superman can possibly fly, or how Batman can possibly run a multi-billion-dollar business empire during the day, and fight crime at night, when the answer is obvious to even the smallest child. Because it's not real." Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I just wanted to let you guys know that my book, Fawn and the Face Dealers, is available for physical copies on my eBay page. Now, you can get signed copies as well, and if you want to get a physical copy with all of my artwork in it, so that would mean a lot. That's the best way to support me on this channel, so thank you guys so much for that. And if you like my content and you like my films and you want to see more of it, please hit that like button, and please subscribe to this channel. If you want to follow me on Instagram, the links are below. Thank you guys so much.